Okay, Itamex Ganatoni, good morning. It is just about 9 o'clock in the AM on Thursday, May 9th, 2019, in the lunar cycle Matsi Kapisaki Sum the Frog Moon. And I've just pulled in at Mahoney's house to give her a lift to work. She's still getting ready, but there's a couple of things I want to show you in the house. Might have started this video earlier if I'd have been thinking about it. When I woke up this morning at the apartment, it was to an early morning recording of a interview for radio slash TV. A lot of the news media had been pretty excited about covering the story of the rattlesnake that got into the University of Lethbridge office, making a kind of a spectacle of it. So I've done several interviews over the last day or so, but overnight here, this is where we'll start. Remember we peeked in on Charlie the other day. He had shed his skin, but he still had a skin covering on his rattle, and I was thinking I might pull it off myself, But this morning, of course, come here, and here's the situation. There's skinny Charlie, and there's his tail shedding. So Charlie is still super duper skinny. I want to buy him a mouse in the next day or so, a live one, and let him eat one more meal, and then probably over the weekend we'll do a release. The other thing is Anya, the little raccoon baby. Remember I picked her up the other day, the blind raccoon baby. Anya. There she is. There she is. Are you just sleeping? Just sleeping, little girl? Yeah. Found a little nook. So Anya is doing well. Things are going good for her. So that's kind of the updates here at the house. Gonna run Mahoney to work, and then I myself need to get started on stuff down at the fort for the day. Getting on toward 11 o'clock now, and I'm here at the Wild Rose condos, just setting up a trap for a skunk who's been hanging out under this deck here at this one condo. Yeah, they had hired me last year to take some raccoons out of the complex, and I think I moved maybe 3 animals, 2 skunks, a raccoon, something like that. Might have moved 3 raccoons and a skunk, but they must have liked the service because hired me back. On the way here, I stopped by the apartment, swung by real quick just to I was hungry and I need to move Oscar. When we're all there and there's kind of like some kid chaos going on and stuff, Oscar prefers to be in our entryway where he's got a kennel, and he can go in there and be a cave bird if he wants to, if he really wants to hide out, But if there's just like 1 or 2 of us there or whatever, or nobody like in the middle of the day, then yeah, I generally move him out into the living room floor where he's got some space and he can see outside and maybe hear some other crows calling and that kind of thing. While I was there, made myself a PB&J, peanut butter sandwich, and then I took this picture for Instagram real quick outside, just outside the apartment, and eating my PB&J, being a badass. Said I feel like an old school badass eating my PB&J, in my Cobra Kai shirt, like just across the street from an elementary school. Any second now a molecule of protein might drift across to the playground and cause, untold deaths and havoc. Anyway, having set the trap now, I better move on to the Fort Whoop Up stuff. No snake calls as yet. But things are looking like they're going to warm up, so we'll see what happens in that regard. I'm out here in Indian Battle Park looking to gather some supplies for the rest of my build, and I noticed that there's magpies kind of congregating over in this area. So I always pay attention to the magpies. There's people, you know, driving and walking all about here, and they have no idea that there's some kind of an event going on here in the grass. I find that if you watch the magpies, they're going to turn you on to all kinds of opportunities. I mean, as a kind of a survivalist, I've got this in mind, and or as a survivalist in my imagination anyway. Sorry, I was watching a magpie glide over that way, trying to act like he's not interested in what's going on over here. So let's go scare this one off of whatever side. So obviously there's a carcass over here of some kind. I'd like to see what it is. Looks like a fish. There he goes. We'll have a good look at it here. Ah, yes. Pretty good sized northern pike. About, shoot, his head's as long as my hand. You know, not a bad sized fish. Looks like somebody already gutted it. Just left it open here. The magpies will quickly take care of that for sure. In fact, open up like that won't take them long. And if I was starving or even the least bit hungry, like if I had to find some food today, I'd take some of that meat for myself too. That's what it pays to pay attention to corvids. Magpies, crows, ravens, they know what's up. So now I'm gonna go out here. I need to gather some sticks. I'm looking for 3 really straight, fairly long, maybe 6-foot sticks to use as a tripod at a cooking station. And I'm looking for 5 or 6 little bit longer, maybe 8-foot, yay big around poles for, and they can be a little bit contorted and stuff. They can be some branches. Just can't be, they got to be kind of straight but not too straight. And they're going to be the kind of skeleton of my shade / meat drying area. So yeah, I better get started. So pretty much to the end of my day with working outside, I think. It's all about 4:15, and I got to consider driving across town to pick up kids from daycare and that kind of thing. Couldn't find all of the deadwood pieces that I needed in the Indian Battle Park, and so I've come over here to the north wood of Spokane, where there's some, you know, smaller deadwood trees that I can easily just knock over and take the 4 or 5 that I want. Before I left the woods, though, I wanted to introduce David here. He's down here exploring with his family, and he found something in the north wood here that he's going to tell us about. What do you think happened here?
Well, I think the coyote grabbed the goose and the coyote won, but it was quite the job for the coyote to bring this goose down. Yeah, the scene tells quite a struggle. Hey, there's goose feathers spread from here all the way across. Quite a bit of leftover goose carnage. But no meat.
No meat.
Coyote dragged the carcass out after he plucked them all.
Yeah, coyotes and probably magpies were some help.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
And probably a couple of crows and then the maggots.
Cool. So you guys see the turtles over there?
Yeah, there were like 20 on one log.
Right on. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
So
I was actually at your snake documentation 2 years ago.
Oh yeah?
A couple of years, yeah.
Did I come to one of your schools or
you
just
were
outside?
At the library.
Oh, okay.
I came to that one.
Okay.
I held the oh, get off.
Held one of my snakes.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Constrictor.
Cool. Well, we'll see you, David.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go see myself on your vlog.
Right on. A sleep has passed. It's Friday afternoon and I'm back in the North Wood here to collect those dead, thinner poplar and cottonwoods that I can knock down. I think I'm gonna need, now thinking about it, I think I'm gonna need maybe 6 or 7 of them at least. Maybe a couple of narrow rails. Finish off the meat drying station that I'm contracted to do with the fort. Probably won't get it strapped together today, but if I can at least get the materials over to the fort, I'll be happy. Hasn't been a very productive day so far. A lot of inefficiency. Kind of a late wake up, you know, followed by Mahoney having a late wake up, and I was going to take her to work, and then had a couple errands to run, and once I was done running the errands, I wanted to go back to the apartment for a little bit and kind of do a little bit of online review of some of the photographs that might inspire what I build at the fort. So I did a bit of that, which is work. You can call that work. You know, it's part of the project, but it was part of the project that, you know, really I should have all taken care of before, and I did take care of some of it, but I needed to review. It's been a while. And then I had to go pick Mahoney up. Now I'm back in the forest, and I've got, you know, less than a couple of hours to gather materials before I need to swing over to the north side or to the other side of town and pick up kids from daycare and that kind of thing. I am gonna grab a little mouse along the way, well, an adult mouse, to feed Charlie. He's so skinny. I just want to give him one more meal before I set him free, and so that will happen tonight if everything works out right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna gather my sticks, pick up sticks, and see if I can get what I need and head her out before I run out of time. All right, at least my materials are here now, and I feel like I got something accomplished toward this project today. We'll have to strap it together and bolt it tight this weekend, but right now it's off to get a mouse for Charlie and then pick up the kids. Tropical Fish on 9th Avenue North. This is where I go to get snake food. Back at the apartment now, where the kids have just discovered that I have a mouse.
No, I'm not. Guys, we found a mouse in our cage. We don't know, because we don't know what happened, right?
No, I know what happened.
You know what happened?
Yeah.
Ryan captured these guys. I see. And now why you keep that on there?
I see.
Is that your pet?
He's in the cave.
Is he your pet?
There he is.
Is he your pet?
No, he's snake food for my rattlesnake tonight.
Can we pet him?
No, he's not. You don't pet him. No, he bite.
Bites?
Don't shake that, Will. Don't shake it.
No! Peanut! My nuts!
Goodness, Cody. All right. Yeah, that's our fat salamander. Look how fat he is. Watch, I'll open this out. He'll like jump out. He's so hungry because he's so fat. Look at your fatness.
Where I come? Look at Taco Tuna.
Where are you going, Taco? Where are you going? Hold on, I get you a worm.
Look at Taco Tuna, Liam. Liam.
Oh,
It's so fat.
you gotta stay in there, fatso.
Taco Tuna's fat. See?
There he goes.
Don't.
Just ate another worm.
That's not a nice word. That's not a nice word.
Calling him fat.
Yeah.
He's pretty fat though.
Fat like you. You're so fat, you to me. No, I'm the fattest.
Okay, we're ready to introduce the mouse to Charlie's enclosure now. And I'm probably just going to leave the video at this. I'm pretty sure he's going to eat the mouse. And so that'll be a good close to everything for those of you who don't like my snake feeding music, my background music, or the feeding act itself. You know, this is the time to turn off the video and watch something else.